IHS Markit is a London-based global research company that provides information on major industries and economies worldwide. Their technology practice deals with forecasting and data modeling, particularly for communications platforms and infrastructure. Elias Armentino is a senior research analyst at IHS Markit, and he joins us now to talk about his work on the 5-star premium home broadband. Elias, thank you very much for your time.
Experience Index.
Yes. Experience Index, even more. So explain
Yes.
what the Experience Index is and how you are developing that.
Yes, thank you for this show today. Well, actually what we're trying to do with this research is to understand for each country, for its market, where the broadband is standing, where is the home broadband experience standing today, and how can we measure it, how can we evaluate that. If this is coming for network experience, for the service perception, what's the role of the marketing, is that a clear message to the consumers. So when we measure all this and we add up all these 5 categories that we came up to this consumer's life cycle, the 100% of that is the 5-star, let's say, broadband experience for the consumer.
I think it's interesting that particularly when it comes to broadband, the better the quality of the overall experience, the more consumers will use it. I mean, what is your sense of consumer demand for broadband, and what is your sense of what they're looking for? Is it decent?
Yes, based on the research that we are producing every year, so we are producing market forecast. We see that the home broadband market continues to grow. It's coming like most of the demand is coming from North America, so, and then followed by Europe. So we see that there is a home broadband market that is growing. So, but on the other hand, the consumers need to have the right experience, so they need to be able to connect any devices to this home broadband. It should be plug and play without really suffering any glitches or any issues having to call the customer care. We see that the consumers want to connect several devices at the same time, or they want to test also different new applications like VR, cloud VR, 4K applications, or even with online gaming. They want to be able to experience, to have the best experience when it comes to latency.
And there's no question about the fact that 5G is, if not already arrived, is definitely coming. You're seeing operators embracing it. That's the major theme of the Mobile World Congress this year. How does that work in terms of the underlying technology? Because that's not something the consumer cares about, but it is something that companies like Huawei and the operators care very much about. How can those companies, particularly Huawei, make sure that they're providing that home broadband experience?
Yes, I think that Huawei could help operators optimize each stage of the consumers of the operator's life cycle. They help them optimize the network performance, or the service perception, or the service performance, or even like the customer care, all the different stages that we have defined in this index. By the time they maximize that, and for example, if a country is at the 3-star index, Huawei can help that country, the digital experience, promote that the 4-star. Then maybe that country is ready to experience a better 5G. Imagine that you have a highway and you want to have some new cars in that highway, but the highway is very bad.
Sure.
So when you have this new digital highway, it's brand new with a home broadband, then that's the right infrastructure to welcome 5G on the top of that.
That makes sense. Elias Armentinos, thank you very much for your time and your insights.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
It's been a pleasure.